All right, so this is how not to change a sprinkler valve, and probably how not to record it. Down here. So we got the old, or currently hooked up, where's the camera, sprinkle valve. And hello, mosquito. You wanna land on me? Yeah, he does. Hold on. Mosquito. That's how to kill a mosquito. Nope. Well, we'll find out later if that worked. So this is the currently hooked up solenoid which controls the valve. And I came home one day and my one zone of my system had been on for like a day, which is not great. And I tried toggling it. I have a ratio controller, toggling that zone on and off, and it didn't work. So this happened once for me before, and it turned out to be one of these solenoids, so I'm hoping it's the same thing. Now, when I turned the water back, because I had to turn the water off to stop the flow of water, when I turned it back on, the zone didn't come on. And I know that if I toggle the zone, it might work again. But that's the thing, is you need it to be reliable. So I ordered online, this great store with great customer service. I'll maybe post the link. Because you don't get these old ones. This is a Toro system. Pro Valve, whatever, Valve Pro. And so I got two of them because you never know when another one's going to go. This is an older system. And so what I'm going to do is prep the first one by just taking, it already comes pre-stripped, which is nice. I'm just going to braid it a little bit. And I'm going to try to keep this top part clean and clear because it's got a seal. You don't necessarily want it dirty, so I'm going to put it on my glove. Give you an idea of my work environment here. This is the existing one. This is my glove. I got this tree that has grown really well, but it's really growing in the way. So I'm gonna have to do my work without cutting this tree. And you can see the valve in question that the solenoid turns on and off. That's the one I had it on just now, and I determined that that's the one I need to change. And then all this wiring. This is all like 30-year-old wiring and stuff, so I'm not going to touch most of it. I'm just going to touch the problem one. And I did shut off the outer valve, not the lower valve, to the bell valve, whatever it's called. So I shut off the lower one, then the pressure would drain, and then I would get all wet when it comes back on. So, all right, enough of this. Let's dive in. So what I'm going to do is unhook these wires. So the thin one is the control, and the thick one is the power, is what I'm guessing. So this hard copper wire, it's all low voltage. I don't know if you can get shocked or not. Don't touch the end, but it's not like high voltage. And this goes to a controller, and it sends the signal to the solenoid to do something. And it has a special, really old waterproof thing with some grease in it. And I'm just gonna use all the same stuff. So let me see if I can put this in a way where you can see. And I'm one of those guys that can't like scrunch down forever, so here we go. Yeah, this twists off somehow. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's been a while. I don't have any like, so it kind of popped off. And it's threaded, but it's been so old, and it's got some grease in it. So I'm gonna try to preserve as much of that as possible. This is a normal electrical cap otherwise, so if I just unscrew it, it will reveal the connection. A little bit of pulling. There you go. It's disgusting, but you know, gonna get a little dirty to fix the problem. You might say like, oh, it's a bad fitting or whatever, but it does work a little bit. The thing is, I don't even want to play with it, right? If it's bad this, bad that, just replace the whole thing. So I just touched it, shaking, but it's not from electricity, it's from lack of sugar and being in a bad position. So I'm gonna unravel this as nicely as I can. Okay, and it is off. And it's a hard copper wire. It's like thermostat wire. Why is my hand shaking? It's just the position. leave a comment down below if you think that my hand is shaking for another reason. I don't think any of this is like plus or minus polarity shit, so I'm just gonna go like that, twist it on as best as I can, and then leave the rest of the twisting to the cap. Now remember, you have to shove it through the opening first, or else you're gonna have to undo the whole thing. Put the cap on, twist it until it's tight. It's making a good connection there, and then put the threaded part on. Now, if you have some extra grease, sure, throw it in. But like, we're just worried about condensation, but it's all copper. It's not. It's gonna be fine. So that's number one. That took about a minute. My hands are greasy, but that's fine. Now I have to dig to get the other one out. Now this is a bit gnarlier because I don't have much room to show you. It's like tight, and all of them are going in here because it's like the main, you know, the main power, main common or whatever. You can tell I'm not an electrician. So I'm gonna unclip this giant cap thing, and I gotta find a way to, maybe I push? Yeah, I'm pushing this in, and it reveals a glob of like silicone and all the connections. And I do a quick touch. Doesn't feel like it's gonna kill me. That's wonderful. So I don't remember doing this for my other one, honestly, because I changed this like 2 years ago, and I really don't remember this part, but maybe I spliced it together. Oh well, I'm already in for it. So make sure I have the right one, and I'm gonna find which one is that one, because I don't want to replace that one that isn't it. So I'm pushing through here. It's going through the yellow. I don't really know which one is which just yet. There's a lot of grease in here. All right, it's definitely this one on top. So I'm gonna pull it off of the thread. It's really messy. Like, it's not a good connection for any of them. I'm surprised they work. Maybe this is like electrical grease. Maybe this is the problem. All right, so now I'm gonna, hopefully that I got the right one, and I'm gonna pull this guy out while leaving the others in, because I don't wanna try to thread this thing again. Okay, and with that, don't touch the ground, please. The old one is done. So I'll put this over here. Maybe they can be repurposed. The new one I'm keeping clean down here. It's right here, grease free, because you have to thread that into the valve. And I have the other wire, nice and clean, and I'm gonna, oh, it got some dirt on it. Told you this is how not to do it, right? So don't let them go through. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but you kind of want to keep them in. So I threaded this in, and now I'm gonna have to do a really makeshift job of like connecting all these again. They're really not, I guess I should probably just redo all of this. All right, so maybe it kind of doesn't matter, like as long as they're kind of connected, but it really isn't great. And it doesn't have a twist cap. It just has like, they're all together, excuse me, my language. All right, you know, it's probably enough. And assuming that this is actual, you know, connection grease and not like non-connection grease, that's gonna be fine. I'll do a follow-up if this doesn't work. Take the cap, maybe give it a few twists just for luck, although it's not gonna do a thing. I don't know what keeps this in here. Oh, it's supposed to, so it's got a little, it's supposed to like, that's what it is. You're supposed to bend it over the edge here, and then you put the cap on, and that's how it keeps it in here. Good luck. All right, it's in there. I'm gonna like not play with that too much because it will just pull right off again. Hopefully that's the right one. Okay, so now I'm just gonna screw it in, and my hands are covered with grease, so I'm gonna use the grass over here to, this is the, how not to change it, right? So I got some grass. And grass is a great grease absorber, not really. Smash that like button, folks. All right, I have some crappy jeans. That's a grease, yes. This is how not to do it. All right, a little from our sponsor, this hole. This is like kind of a wasp that digs a deep thing. It's like this inch-long wasp. I just saw one, and like they're pretty gnarly. It's not a mole. It could be a mole, but pretty sure it's this wasp thing, and it's gnarly. I found a dead one by the pool. Maybe I'll show you after this. All right, so that's sponsored by this. So now I have to take this and put it in the hole down there. I want to show you this part as best as I can. So I'll lift up this enormous bush, foundation planting. I'll hold it with my knee. I'll hold this down here. This is the one in question. I'm gonna try to clear it out. Again, you want to be able to thread it in there, and now I got pine needles in it, which is gonna suck. You know, get it as clean as you can, because you need this to be effective in shutting off the water. It's pretty clean. Take this, it's clockwise. Maybe you want to start it where the wires are pre-wound, so that when you're winding it, it doesn't bunch all the wires up and twist them too much. And that's it. It like has barely any of a turn. That's it, it's on. That was quick. All right, so now the moment of truth. I'm getting a phone call. First, I'm gonna turn this on slowly and see if any water splats out. Oh, we have pressure. All right, now you're not gonna see this part, but I'm gonna have to, I don't know if it's gonna stop the video. So I'll end it now. It might stop the video because I have to go and turn the controller on, and it's not hooked up to Alexa. I can't do it automatically. So that concludes the video of how not to change a Toro Valve Pro solenoid to fix one of your zones if the zone does not shut off or turn on. Smash the like button, subscribe if you want more tutorials on how to not to do these things. See ya.